Someone said let's pull up loco. You know we up next, pull up mofos. They gon' be there on repeat, they like oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. But for now, I'm loco. For now, preserve the beat, I'm more.
Yes. Come on, man. Mr. Consistent. That's who you got to call me. I hope everyone's having a good Saturday. Told you that on every day, 3 times a day. Yeah, we're pushing this channel. I was there Matchday Vlogs before. If you lot ain't seen it already, go and check it out. My Matchday Vlogs. And it's going to start again on August the 17th once we play Arsenal back at it. So we're going to be doing everything. Matchday Vlogs, match reactions, match previews, the lot. Yeah? So, yeah, man. I hope you're all having a great evening. Let's get into it. Fabrizio spoke again, of course, every time he chats. We're on 3 times a day, so we're catching everything anyway. But yeah, Fabrizio spoke again. He's spoken about the Sancho situation. I'll show you what we had reports of earlier. We had reports of Sancho agreeing terms with Napoli. That's what we had earlier from Damasio, who is an Italian journalist. And he basically told us that Sancho agreed terms with Napoli. And this was yesterday that he said this. So, yeah, Napoli's agreed terms with Sancho. Juventus want Sancho as well. They're both into him, but Juventus haven't made a bid, but they haven't agreed no terms with him. So Damasio, being from Italy, and he's got a lot of things right in the past, gave him the benefit of the doubt, you know what I mean? But then obviously Fabrizio's come out and spoke. So yeah, we're going to get into that in a minute, but this is the main thing right now because Sancho, I thought it was all done. He's gone. You know what I mean? He's agreed terms. I know him to be on 300k a week. That's why I said Sancho's going to be the hardest one out of all of them, you know? He's on 300k a week. Do you understand? Garnacho's not got a big wage. Antony's on like 150, and he, you know what I mean? And who else is there? Højlund, he's not on nothing massive. But Sancho is on 300k a week, and he didn't want to drop his wage for Chelsea. So I'm like, Napoli, they've just got De Bruyne. He's going to be on a 300k a week. They've got Big Rom over there, Lukaku, McTominay. They're trying to buy Darwin Núñez. So it's a bit tricky, man. It's a bit tricky still. But yeah, this is what came out anyway about Sancho. That he's reached an agreement with Napoli and has given them priority over Juventus. But he wants Napoli. Napoli have apparently come to some sort of agreement with him. But then we spoke to the big man, Fabrizio, because you know what? I'm so clocked in with everything. So I've pre these YouTube when he talks about certain things. And this is what he came out with. I've got something in my eye. And he's basically came out with, yo, Napoli does not, remember that, they do not want to cover Jadon Sancho's salary, whether on loan or transfer. The transfer fee would not be a problem. So they'll pay the 25 million, but they do not want to cover the salary. The salary is too high. So that 300k that I was saying might be a problem has turned out to be a problem in the end. This is what's going on. This is what we're dealing with these geezers. Even when one looks proper close, still, there's always an obstacle in the way somehow, for some reason. Jolting, United, I want Osimhen and Buemo, Emi Martinez, Edison, Paulina, Regia Fernandez, Gabriel Sara to United is better for next season, please. Yeah, Temesgen, you got the best FIFA team. I tell you this every stream. Your FIFA team must be the best because you want everyone in there. But yeah, I would love to have that set there, but I doubt we're going to get that, to be honest with you, bro. But yeah, man, so this is what's going on, man. Jadon Sancho, who's apparently agreed terms with Napoli. Fabrizio's just come out. I've put the date and the time on the bottom of that tweet. If you can, I left it there, sorry. I didn't put it there. It was already there, but I left it there just so you can see that it's just came out, literally, not even half an hour ago. So yeah, Fabrizio, this is what he's saying. He's saying Jadon Sancho has not, he has not agreed personal terms basically because Napoli, they're willing to buy him. They want him. But there's no way they are paying him 300k a week. And I said this as well. I said this earlier in the stream. If you check the last stream, I said, there's no way they're paying him 300k a week when they just got De Bruyne. De Bruyne must be on a mad money. Imagine what City was playing him. So if they've got De Bruyne in, there's no way Sancho's going to be on a 300k. That's madness. So yeah, this is what Fabrizio's saying, the big man. He's saying, bruv, they want to buy him. The money's not a problem to buy him the 25 mil, but there's no way they are paying 300k a week for Sancho. And I said this as well. I said, who's going to pay him that? Has he got any aspirations to go somewhere so he can make the World Cup next year? Go somewhere. Take a wage cut, man. Take a little, you know what I'm saying? Take a 220 or something. Take a 200. But you can play at least, and then the World Cup next year, Thomas Tuchel, Sancho, come true, World Cup. He don't seem like he cares, man. He just wants his money, bro. So that's he's doing himself. So yeah, this is what the big man's saying anyway. This is what the number one's saying. You know, Fabrizio, that David Ornstein, number one in this team. So it's looking mad still. It's looking meaty. Boy, I'll show you some other things of what Fabrizio's been saying as well. What he was saying earlier. He's talking about the boy Onana. Saying, yo, despite the rumours about Monaco, Onana's looking to stay, basically. Like, nothing ain't in the pipeline. And even the Emi Martinez rumours, it's not in a process to sign him right now. We got to wait for Andre Onana. So really and truly, Fabrizio's just been breaking our hearts all day, really. All he's doing is giving us negative news. Sancho hasn't agreed terms with Napoli. Onana, Monaco being into him is gas. So the two players that we thought was leaving, it's a myth. Not what we want to see, you know. Not what we want to hear from Fabrizio. He's not coming and giving us the here we goes and the bombers no more. The man's giving us negative news. Andre Onana to stay. Crazy. Madness. Andre Onana wants to stay unless he is told he's surplus to requirements. Ruben, tell him, man. Tell him he's surplus to requirements, man. There's no space for him right now. There's no room for him. But then Hurst has come out today and said that Monaco are in for Onana. But obviously, I'm not going to put Hurst over Fabrizio, am I? But Fabrizio come out last night and said that there's nothing in for Monaco. Hurst has come out today. So it's just mad. It's all bananas, man. And we're linked to so much goalkeepers that you don't know what to believe, man. But yeah. So this is what Sancho was. This is what was going off earlier. The fact that the personal terms was agreed with Sancho and Napoli. And this is from Damasio, who is reliable for Italian news. But it's coming like he's sometime-ish now. And he's killing himself because he's come and said this. This is a strong statement. You can't come out there and say Jadon Sancho has reached an agreement with Napoli. Be a journalist and be lying or exaggerating, because you will kill yourself really quick. If you exaggerate and a big journalist comes out and says, yo, that's gas, that's not really happening. What he's saying is, despite reports, you see when they say that one, because they never want to name other journalists, they'll say, despite reports, there's no, that information ain't real. So Damasio, I believed in him because I know him to be a top dog in the Italian league. And I've seen him get quoted by a few different journalists. But this is what he was saying earlier. He's saying that Napoli have reached an agreement with Jadon Sancho. And this is what I said. I said, Jadon Sancho's on 300k. He didn't want to sign for Chelsea. Napoli just signed De Bruyne. And they want a striker in Darwin Núñez. Are they really going to give him 300k? That's what I was saying earlier. I was saying there's no way that's going to happen. And then bam, big man, Fabrizio's just come out less than an hour ago and said, yo, Napoli does not want to cover Jadon Sancho's salary, whether on loan or transfer. So that 300k, see when Ronaldo does that? It's a myth. It's not happening. This is what I'm talking about, bruv. my man just coming in with bare bad news today. Fabrizio. So Nana to Monaco is looking like a myth. And then Jadon Sancho has not agreed personal terms with Napoli because Napoli does not want to cover his salary. It's too high for them. It's 300k. He has to drop it. You're not a 300k player. Stop getting confused in your head, Sancho. Pay me my money. Bro, you'll end up sitting on the bench for pre-season. Just drop your wage down, go to the Italian champions, work your way to the World Cup team next year, bro. Come on, man. It's simple as that. So my man's moving mad. But yo, if you're here, hit the likes, man. Hit the likes. You know we're here every day doing everything for you lot, man. 3 times a day, we're making it happen. Saturdays, Fridays, Sundays, Mondays, whatever. We're out here making it happen for you lot. We're getting all the latest news. Every time Fabrizio's on these videos, man's going there, seeing what's going on to come down and break it down for you lot. Do you understand? Every day we're over it. So make sure you hit the like button and subscribe, man, of course. But yeah, man, so basically Jadon Sancho, it came out. He's agreed personal terms with Napoli, but now it's coming out from the big dog, top dog, Fabrizio Romano. He's saying, I made sure the time stayed in this photo so that you lot can see when this came out. 9:13. Do you understand? It's just turned 10 o'clock. Jadon Sancho has not agreed personal terms. So I told you, I always put out everything that is Man United. I don't do agendas. I don't clickbait, nothing. If it comes out that Jadon Sancho has agreed personal terms, I come out and I say Jadon Sancho has agreed personal terms. If it comes out after that saying Jadon Sancho hasn't agreed personal terms, I'm going to come out and say Jadon Sancho hasn't agreed personal terms. I'm never going to sit down and try and make it seem like I'm this. I ain't got no links, nothing. I just see what you lot see and then I just report it and show you lot what's going on. It's not like I'm going to see something and then try and make you lot think something else. It's always going to be the same thing I'm seeing. So earlier on, we had this from Damasio, who is big in Italian news. He said they agreed personal terms. Juventus is also interested. And then the big dog, Fabrizio's, just came out 45 minutes ago and said, Napoli does not want to cover Jadon Sancho's salary. Is too high. Too high. The transfer fee will not be a problem. So 25 million for him, light change. We'll take that. They just won the Serie A. They got money for now. They want to buy Darwin Núñez. They want to buy a winger. They just got De Bruyne. It's an exciting project. But the personal terms has not been agreed. So we're stuck with this guy for how long? Until he works it out, either he's going to drop his wage because no one's going to pay him 300k. And the World Cup is next year, bro. Just go drop your wage, work your arse off, and then you go World Cup next year, brother. So yeah, man, that's what's going on with my man, Jadon Sancho. I'll get into a few more news, what Fabrizio was saying, and I spoke about earlier as well. I've already told you about Onana. Onana is basically due to stay. There's nothing about Onana that's meant to be true, apparently, about the Monaco talks. That's meant to be gas. So, yeah, that's not good as well. We've got Jadon Sancho, then we got Onana. It's just looking bad, man. And then we got the boy Mbeumo, which is just said, no, listen, talks are still ongoing. It's a bit cliche, isn't it, what these journalists keep saying. But then again, the fact that talks are still ongoing is a good thing. It can't be a negative because all the time you'll see that talks have collapsed or it's stalled or you get it can't be broken, blah, blah, blah. These negotiators. So the fact that it's still ongoing, we can only look at it as a positive. Man United are not trying to get scammed with that Man United tax, and Brentford are just stern. Brentford, what are they called? Brentford, Palace and Brighton are meant to be the toughest negotiators. They don't budge for nothing. Them 3 teams, they don't budge for anything. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I know we're going to get there in the end, but it's like no one wants to get bumped. They want 70 million. His contract runs out next season. Obviously, they got an option to extend it, but still, we're not trying to get bumped again. So that's what's going on with Mbeumo. Like I said, if we start hearing worrying things like, oh, the talks are looking like it's stalled or it's going to break down or blah, 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 that's when we need to get like anxious. But Fabrizio's come out and said what he said. He said nothing about Tottenham. He said nothing about no bidding wars or 70 million bids or nothing like that. There's nothing to do with Tottenham. It's just us and Brentford having talks, and we just need to agree a fee. Simple as that. Literally, there's nothing else to do. You got who would be your dream signing if you could choose one for us? Manchester United. Who would be my dream signing? Yeah, my dream signing would be. It's a good question, you know. Osimhen. It's a kind of an easy question, really. It'll be to get Osimhen, Victor Osimhen. That would be my dream signing because I know he's going to score goals. I know he's going to bully defenders. I know he's going to score headers. I know he's going to literally change our attack fully. That's what I think. I think we need a proper number 9, man. We can't be having these bozos and these project strikers. So that my dream signing would be Victor Osimhen. What about you? I want to know about you lot. What's you lot's dream signing? If you could sign someone for Man United, I would definitely go with Osimhen still. So yeah, man, that's what Fabrizio was saying about Mbeumo. We got more news on Rashi. Rashi's preference is to join the club in the Champions League. He wants to be part of the World Cup next year. So he's got aspirations to be part of the World Cup. Barcelona want him, of course. Inter Milan, Juventus, Bayern Munich, as well as a few Premier League clubs. But remember, he's on 325k a week as well. I know a lot of clubs can afford him, but it's just who's going to be willing to pay that much to have him as backup as well. Remember, Barcelona have got Lewandowski already up top. They've got about 5 wingers. Rafinha, Nico Williams has agreed personal terms. Ferran Torres, Fermin Lopez, Lamine Yamal. That's 5 wingers already. So you're going to go there, be on 325k a week and be the 6th winger, or you're going to be behind Lewandowski. Are they going to pay that? This is what I'm saying, stuff like that. But he did say it's his dream move, so maybe he will take a wage cut. But yeah, Rashi, he's got aspirations to play the World Cup. As you can see, he's saying, listen, he wants to be in that World Cup team. So he will get out of here. He will make it happen. And then it just says Ruben Amorim has not yet decided if Rashford, Antony, Garnacho and Sancho will join his squad for the summer tour of the United States. Sources say it's too early for firm decisions about the travelling party. Pre-season is in 28 days. For you lot that don't know, 28 days is when pre-season is. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if they're not gone in 28 days. Obviously, the PSR thing runs out July the 30th. That's when it's an annual year. So when it gets to June the 30th, sorry, my bad. July the 1st, there's going to be loads of transfers happening after that because the PSR annual year thing has finished. So a lot of teams that can't lose no money no more, can't spend money. As soon as it gets to the 1st of July, they're going to start going crazy. So it might be a thing where we wait for July and then these guys start going because people can spend their money now. So Rashford looks like he might be on his way out, man. He's got aspirations to play the World Cup. He's fell out with Ruben, so it's not going to happen with Ruben. And yeah, man, there's a few teams in for him. Bayern Munich wanted Nico Williams, so they could go for Rashi. Juventus, Milan, Inter Milan, and Barca. So that's dope, man. That's dope. That's a good question there as well. Who would you rather have? A new striker and keep Onana, or a new goalkeeper and keep Højlund as a striker next season? That's a question someone asked me earlier, which is a mad question when you think about it. Me personally, I'd rather a new striker and keep Onana. And that sounds mad even saying it because I need Onana gone. But I would rather get a new striker and keep Onana just because of so much games that I watched last season and we could have won if we had a striker, a proper striker. It was so narrow. Arsenal's, Liverpool's, Man City at home, so much different teams. Wolves, they scored a sensational free kick, but before that we peppered that. Like, so much games. If we had a striker, we would have won. Do you understand? I know Onana's a bozo. He throws the ball in the back of the net a lot. Bayern there, bozo, they both got a goal. But I think a striker would help us more. Do you understand? Like with how it went last season anyway. So if that was for me, I'm definitely saying striker, keep Onana for one more season. I know that sounds crazy, but I think we need more goals right now. Like we're not scoring and we're letting in goals. That's crazy. If we're letting in goals but we're still scoring, we might win 4-2, 5-2, 5-1. You know what I'm saying? Onana can threaten the net 2 times. We score 5 goals. I'm cool with that. But yeah, Onana's got a goal and Højlund's got a goal. They both got a goal in variety of things, but I would rather keep Onana and get a new striker for now. 100%. 100%. What do you lot reckon? New striker, 100%. We need goals and to be a threat. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm going off the same thing. But we got 2 of the worst keepers. Worst. And then we got, what's his name? Tom Heaton, who's our 3rd keeper. We're never going to see him. He's just a bench warmer. And then we got this from earlier as well. It's just about Antony. Fabrizio was basically saying in the recent days, there's been a lot of approaches for Antony. Loads of approaches for Antony. But he just wants Real Betis. He's stern to Real Betis. That's all he wants. Real Betis want him. We want him to go. So it's all perfect. It should be happening. I know they got to sell that geezer, Johnny Cardoza. So as soon as they sell Johnny Cardoza, literally, that we should be good. We should be getting the money for him. And this is just basically Antony saying that he would take a 30% pay cut from his current 150k a week at Man United to leave this summer. So he is saying he will take a pay cut to leave. So when you go and look at my thumbnail, before you clicked before you clicked onto this to get onto this live, you saw I put pay cut to leave. Everything I put in my thumbnails is proper. I don't lie or gem it up. Antony is saying he will take a 30% pay cut to leave. That's how much he wants to go to Real Betis. That he will take a pay cut. You got to respect that and you got to clap your hands for him. Because we just saw just now about Sancho. Literally, we just saw about Sancho from Fabrizio and he said, Napoli want to cover Jadon Sancho's salary, but it's too high. So they don't want to do it. They want to buy him. They don't mind paying the 25 million, but the salary is too high. He's on 300k a week. And then we've got a man like Antony that's come. We've sent him on loan. He's gone to Real Betis, realized this is my level. This is the league I need to be playing at. You know what? They can't afford me though. My wages, I'm going to take a pay cut so that they can afford me and I can stay here. I've realized Sancho is still up here in his head, but he's really down here, the way he plays. And that's where the trouble is. So Antony's in the Brazil team as well. He wants to stay in the Brazil team. As it says on the right one as well, all parties want a permanent transfer of Antony. Man United are not willing to give a favour to Real Betis and allow them to extend their loan. Because when he's gone there and balled out, Atletico Madrid are after him, Juventus, he's had a few suitors. So Real Betis know that now and they know, listen, we can't go for another loan. Someone's going to buy him. And Antony's willing to take a pay cut. How can we miss this opportunity? So you got to respect Antony, man. I respect him, man, for even doing that, man. And one thing about Antony, always played with passion. Sancho, I think he's our worst ever signing. You can't say it's Antony. Antony, just because of the price, it was 80 million, but Sancho was 73, bruv. The first 3 games Antony played, at least he scored, and he always plays with passion. But he just ain't got the ability. And he's realised he's found his level, Real Betis. Big him up. Sancho, he is the worst Man United player I've seen. Literally. Like, he's the worst. I don't think... If there's someone else that you don't think is worse, let me know. But I think it's got to be Sancho, man. I think Antony, yeah, he shows more passion, man. You could just tell he wants it more. So, yeah, big up Antony, man. Antony's willing to take a pay cut. We want it to happen. He wants it to happen. Real Betis want it to happen. It's going to happen. But they got to sell Cardoza. As soon as they sell Johnny Cardoza, they're going to have the money for us. And then it's 1, 2, 3. So big up Antony. So Fabrizio was basically just gone over that and just said what's going on. and just told us basically that, yeah, clubs are in for him. And that's better on our side as well, because it's putting the heat and the pressure on Real Betis that they're seeing stuff like this. The other clubs want him. Como, that's Cesc Fabregas's team in Italy, and they're stepping it up. I think they've got a new owner. He's got a lot of money. They're stepping it up where they're buying little gems, etc. So the fact that this is happening and Real Betis can see this as well. Yeah, Antony's preferring you lot, but there's teams that want him. So you better come in with the money. Do you understand? This is what's going on right now. So big up Antony, man, for taking the pay cut, man. You got to respect him, because Sancho don't want to take a pay cut, and he's 300k off. So that just goes it. And then we got Onana. This just, he don't, mate, I don't think anyone even wants Onana. That's why we're not telling him that he has to go. Do you understand? Andre Onana wants to stay unless he is told he's surplus to requirements. I don't think anyone wants him, and we know that. So all this Monaco talk might be true, but I don't think anyone's proper hands-on. We want you, Onana, making talks with us. People might have inquired, how much would he be, etc. But I don't think anyone actually wants him. So to go out there and tell him, we don't want you to stay, it might mess up the dressing room. I heard he's meant to be a loud character in the dressing room. He's supportive. You see the way he moves on the pitch. He wants to be involved in everything. He'll run from his goal line for a free kick. You know what I'm saying? And try and have a word with Bruno, one of them. Like, he's a loud character, isn't it? So I don't think they want to mess up the dressing room. But if a bid comes in from somewhere, I reckon we'll get rid of him on the spot. But I just don't think anyone's in for him. Saudi don't want to bail us out. Casemiro, we've heard nothing about him this whole season. Usually there's bids coming in. Casemiro might go Saudi, blah, blah, blah. That's not happened once. Even them little rumors about Saudi ain't even happened. It's gone crazy. It's mad quiet. Onana's to stay. Bruv, this is headache, man. This is crazy, bruv. So yeah, man, he's just saying, Romano's basically just saying, Onana is more likely to stay at this moment, but we'll see if any bids come true. Sancho, 300k, Napoli are not going to proceed with that salary. He's got to cut it down, or someone else is going to buy him. Antony, he just wants Real Betis, but there's loads of clubs that are in for him. So big up Antony, because he's taking a wage cut as well, just to go to Real Betis. And then you've got Mbeumo. It's the cliche. Talks are ongoing. Still waiting for Man United to agree a fee with Brentford, blah, blah, blah. But like I say, that is only nothing but positive, because sometimes you see, especially someone like me who reports all the news, you'll see every minute, oh my God, the talks have collapsed. The talks are broken. The talks have stalled. There's no more talks. Deal off. Them type of words. When they start using them type of words, that's when you got to be parallel and shaky. Do you understand? And he's not said nothing about Tottenham. So all this Tottenham stuff, they're going to hijack it because of Thomas Frank. Forget about it. All this Tottenham stuff because they put in a 70 million bid that no one's ever spoke about. Only the one guy that said that they put in a 70 million bid. No one's ever spoke about this bid. And why have they not accepted it then if it happened? Just gas coming out of everywhere. He hasn't spoke about it. All he said is talks with Manchester United and Brentford are still ongoing. Still waiting on Manchester United to agree a fee with Brentford. That's it, literally. So, yeah, man. So he just basically summarized all the news and just said, boom, boom, boom. But yeah, like and subscribe, man. Whoever's here, man. Like up the thing, subscribe. We're doing this 3 times a day, every day. We're giving you the latest news as soon as it's happening as well, more time. So, yeah, man, appreciate everyone for clocking in. But make sure you subscribe, man, and you're plugged in. Remember, I do Matchday Vlogs as well. I don't just do the news and the reactions. The Matchday Vlogs, when the games are actually on. If you go back to my old videos, you'll see I got a lot of Matchday Vlogs. I go to a lot of the games and I vlog the whole game. You're seeing the goals going in the back of the net. Both sides, not just United, like the proper game, the whole game. So make sure you go and watch that and subscribe, because once the season starts, Arsenal, we're back to Matchday Vlogs, match reactions, match previews. We're still giving you all the transfer news. Everything's going on. Don't just think I'm doing this and this only. No, I go to the games. We get all of that as well. So yeah, man, big up yourself if you're inside anyway. So yeah, man, just to wrap it all up, Rashi as well. I told you about he basically wants to go to the World Cup next season. So obviously he's trying to get a move, but Bar says he's dream move. So he wants to go Barca, but I can't see how he will fit in Barca. Unless he's behind Lewandowski and he takes a wage cut, I can't really see it happening because they've got about 5 wingers. Nico Williams just agreed personal terms. They got Rafinha, they got Lamine Yamal, they got Fermin Lopez, and they got Ferran Torres. That's 5 players. So he can't go there and be the 6th one on 325k. So this is what I'm saying. If it's his dream move, I think he'll drop his wage and he'll be the guy behind Lewandowski, even though they got Danny Olmo as well. It's crazy. But that's his dream move. It seems like he's got a few clubs in for him. He wants to make the he wants to make the World Cup next season. He knows that it's not going to work for him at Man United. So I can see him obviously getting a move. And it's basically just saying Ruben Amorim has not decided yet if he wants to take them on to pre-season. Pre-season is in 28 days, by the way. 28 days pre-season is. So it's going to be interesting to see if he's still here and what happens. Because Cunha's meant to be taking the number 10 shirt, by the way, for you that don't know. Cunha's meant to be taking the number 10 shirt. So if Cunha takes the number 10 shirt and he's on pre-season, it's going to look a bit awkward. Do you know what I mean? It's a mad one. And then more news that came out was Paulina. He used to play for Fulham. He moved to Bayern. It ain't worked out for him in Bayern. They don't really play him. We're targeting physicality in our midfield, but I think he's a bit too similar to Ugarte. You know, everyone wants their DM now to do 100 things. You've got to score goals, create chances, everything, assist. Everyone wants a Rodri type of DM. Arsenal just got Zubomendi. He's good with his feet, stuff like that. So everyone, this is Ugarte. So I think he's a bit similar to Ugarte. When he was here, he did score a few goals for Fulham. I remember him getting a few headers in, but nothing spectacular. Do you know what I mean? But we're linked with him. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. He's Portuguese, just like Ruben. So, and I think they're offering loan for him as well. So we could get him on loan. But like I said earlier, we've got Collier that can play midfield, Bruno, Maino, Ugarte, and Casemiro. That's 5 players. We've got 1 competition. That's not going to make no sense to get another player to have 6 players. I mean, we only play with 2 centre mids. So 2 centre mids, we'll have 4 of them on the bench. How's that going to work? I mean, we ain't got no Champions League or Europe. So what's going to happen then? Do you know what I mean? Obviously, we're going to have FA Cup and Carabao Cup, but so I think someone's got to go first before we could even go for him anyway. One of the CM's got to go. Maybe Collier on loan or something. If someone comes in for Casemiro late, then we can go for a midfielder. But we've got too much players in that position. So yeah, and then we got Aiden Heaven. He held talks with Frankfurt in January just before he signed for us. And basically, Jason Wilcox convinced him to sign for Man United. So big up Jason Wilcox. Because he was having offers from Newcastle, Arsenal. I heard it was all double the wage. They're trying to double his wage. But because Jason Wilcox came there, told him his pathway to the first 11, like, yo, you're going to play. Don't worry. All these other teams thought he was just a young star. We're going to put you in our academy. We gave him the leeway, come in straight away. Martinez got injured, remember? So, yeah, he came in, and that's a good one, man. £1 million for him, you know. Heaven's cold. And even if it doesn't work out in the future, you could sell him for way more than £1 million, I'll tell you that. He's definitely worth more. But, yeah, man, that's a good one. That was a good one from Wilcox, though. All the little young boys, they're gems. And yeah, this is just Fabrizio basically talking about Onana and just saying, yo, it's despite recent rumours, it's a myth. No one, like Monaco are not in for him. Martinez is not in the process of signing for Man United. There's all this Emi Martinez talk. Every day we're going to pay 40 million. It's getting jarring. So it's not going to happen. There's no 40 million talks. It's gas, blah, blah, blah. And then we had Sancho, who apparently agreed terms with Napoli. This is from Damasio from Italy. And then Fabrizio's just come out literally an hour ago and just said, yo, Napoli does not want to cover the guy's salary. His salary's too high. 300k, forget about it. So that's everything more or less wrapped up. I just wanted to show you lot about Mbeumo. This is a serious player that we're about to get, man. And this is all of these stats from last season. Look at how he balled out. We know he scored 20 goals, but I didn't even know he had this much assist as well. Look at that. He blanked against Liverpool, scored against Arsenal, blanked against City, scored against Chelsea. He got 2 goals and an assist against Newcastle, blanked against Aston Villa, blanked against Forest, 2 goals and an assist against Brighton, 2 assists against Bournemouth, blanked. Obviously, he can't score against his old team, Brentford. Fulham scored. Crystal Palace scored twice. Everton didn't score. West Ham scored. United, he got an assist. That's when he crossed it in the box, and I think Sharda headed it, whatever his name is. Wolves, 2 goals. Tottenham scored. Leicester City scored an assist. Ipswich scored twice an assist. And Southampton, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 goals and assists. Obviously, this is not the one time he played them. This is when he played them twice, home and away. And it's just added up. This is the player that we're looking at, and we're going to go and get 20 goals. And what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 assists. So 28 goals and assists. That's from Mbeumo alone. Cunha, I don't know how much he's on. I know he got 15 goals in the Prem. So, mate, it's looking good, man. It's looking like it's going all the way around, man. He's also a good pen taker. Yeah, exactly. He's a good pen taker. Bruno's a good pen taker. I'm not sure about Cunha, but whoever the striker's going to be, hopefully could be a good one as well, just in case. Do you understand? But yeah, man, that's some good stats, man, and that's all in the Prem, man. And when you turn around and you look, I saw a study the other day, and it said we out of all the top 6, we buy from the Prem the least. That's why we take so much risk, and it always goes wrong for us. We buy from the Prem the least. Everyone buys from the Prem. Arsenal do it the best. They bought Jorginho. Who else did they buy? Declan Rice. They bought someone else as well. I can't remember. Havertz, obviously, he's not the best, but I'm just saying, like, they buy players from the Prem. Ben White. Yeah. But us, let me tell you, the last 2 people we bought from the Prem was Mason Mount and Maguire, or Wan-Bissaka, one of them. Mason Mount, Wan-Bissaka, and Maguire. And look how long Wan-Bissaka and Maguire have been at the team for. Since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, mate. Come on, man. This is what I'm saying. So to get a player that's already doing this in the Prem, there's no adaptation period. Oh, give him a year to adapt, to get used to the weather, no. Look at what he's doing. 20 goals, 8 assists, or 9 assists, is it? Is it 8? 8 assists. It's crazy. So big up Mbeumo, man. He wants to come to United. We want him to come. Like I showed you before, we're just having talks. It's still ongoing. There's no bidding war. Tottenham are not involved. There's no bids that's gone in from Tottenham. There's nothing to worry about. We're still in talks to agree a fee, and that is positive. It sounds cliche, but it's positive. Just remember that, because it could be, the talks are breaking down, or stalled, or you get it, it's collapsed. When you hear stuff like that and them sort of words, get worried. But for now, just let it be. And you got to remember, like I said, the financial year for PSR, it finishes on June the 30th. So after June the 30th, 1st of July, remember I told you all this, you're going to start seeing transfers galore, because PSR is done now. So any team that has to sell by June the 30th. So someone like Aston Villa, they got to sell a player by June the 30th. And then by July the 1st, everyone can start making transfers. Just another year. So then it's like, you can breach PSR by July the 30th, the 1st in 2026, basically. So it's a whole year you get to make signings. So it might be that we're waiting for that. It might be that, you know what, let's just wait till July the 30th and then get this on the next sheet of next year. Who knows? But like I said, when we're hearing words about collapse and, it's looking spooky and the talks have stalled, and that's when you need to get scared. But for now, that's positive. Trust me. Anytime we're still ongoing talks, it's all good. But yeah, big up Mbeumo. This is what he's keeping up with. Hopefully we get him. And yeah, man, this is a proper baller, man. But yeah, big up everyone inside. Like I said, we're on it every day, 3 times a day. Like, subscribe, you know the whole jazz. This is my last time coming on today. I've been on 3 times today. We're back on tomorrow. So yeah, Matchday Vlogs, reactions, the whole shebang. Everything's happening over here. So make sure you subscribe and you hang around. I'll see you all tomorrow, peoples. Have a good evening in a bit.
Got some celebs, pull up local. You know we are next, pull up mobos. They gon' be there on repeat, they're like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. Photo now. But for now. now I'm loco, but now I'm serving beat. I'm on